going on, YouTube? It is cold than I'm in Illinois right now. On my way to Texas. Happy New Year. It's been a while. Y'all know me, Mr. Inconsistent. But want to come and holler at y'all about business real quick in the trucking industry. So I think the trucking industry is a good industry to get into. It's what I do. You have to understand this business. You have to learn it. You have to dedicate yourself to it. But it's a good industry to get into. Now, I'm not just saying from driving the truck aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be a truck driver to get into this business. You can get into this business and do it from home and make really good money, but you have to dedicate yourself to it. You have to learn it, you have to know it, and you have to be willing to deal with a lot that comes with it. Because hauling freight isn't as simple as load it on a truck from point A, get it to point B, get it off, all is well. There's insurance, there's liability, there's safety measures. There's a lot that goes into this business, but it's not impossible to learn. It's not impossible to do it at a high value, at a very successful rate. So for anybody who may not have considered trucking, again, you don't have to drive a truck in order to be a part of this business. You can be a dispatcher, where you work from home and you just dispatch trucks to pick up freight and deliver freight. You can be a broker where you're talking to shippers and getting, a certain percentage of what the shipper's willing to pay to move that freight to their customers. You could be on the customer end to, help them facilitate their business. You could be, working with small, big, or just one trucking company to do their back office, where you just handle the paperwork for them and they'll pay you for it. Let's start there. Let's say you want to do, you're good with paperwork, you're real good with organization and filing away papers and staying on top of that type of stuff. It's basically office work for a trucking company. You may be wondering, well, how can I get into that? Well, you learn what it takes to run a back office. You do it from home. And you hit up trucking companies in your area and say, hey, I'll do your back office for you for 90 days. See how you like my services, and we go from there. We negotiate a price. Where they send in all their paperwork, you file it for them, and they pay you for it. There's companies that's willing to do that because, that's less time they have to worry about that particular service, and, you helping them with their business. If you're a lawyer, let's say you're on the law side of things, get into the truck transportation industry, where you can consult with them about if one of their trucks get in an accident, or the proper way to do things as it concerns to suing somebody that may owe them money. There's many ways to do the transportation industry. You just have to look at it, find your niche just like anything else, and be a part of it. Again, you can start a trucking company without even ever have been behind the wheel of a tractor trailer. Would I suggest it? No, because I think you need to understand what it's like to be behind the wheel of a truck so that you can understand your drivers better. All money ain't good money. You can start a trucking company without ever having been behind the wheel. Yes. You can start a brokerage company without ever having working for a broker. Yes. You can do a lot of things in this industry, but the most important thing I would say is to understand what it takes to drive a truck. So that way you can understand what it's like to deal with, the safety compliance department. You can understand what it's like to deal with a broker, a shipper, a receiver, a dispatcher, because the driver gets the brunt of all of that. Now, we may not know the ins and outs, a lot of us, of what goes on in the office, but we still have to deal with those people. If your truck breaks down, you have to call the office and let them know what's going on. If you're late for a load, you have to, let them know why you're late. And I think if you drive a truck, even if you're a company driver, you should know your truck. You should know what it takes to do certain things. You know, there's no reason why a truck should be, you know, in the shop for something minor as an airline. You know, you should be able to replace an airline. I don't care if you are a company driver. You should be able to, you know, change a light bulb. You should be able to change a fuel filter, bleed a fuel line that may have air in it. You should be able to, you know, adjust your brakes, you know, or know if your brakes are out of adjustment. There's things that you should know how to do. So I feel like, you know, if you are planning to get into this business, you need to be very thorough about it. Again, if you're a company driver or not, you need to know how to do certain things, because you may say, oh, well, it's a company truck, I ain't got to worry about it, I just take it to the shop. Well, the time that you spending in the shop for something simple, you could have whipped out your tools, which every single truck driver should have a toolbox. I don't care if you ain't got nothing in extravagant. As long as you got tools to get you through, you should be able to keep yourself running. For instance, a few years back, a spring on the trailer that holds the airlines underneath the trailer up had broke. It was rusted and it was super cold, and it broke. So the airlines were dragging on the highway as I was traveling. I didn't even realize it till my low air warning light and signal came on. I'm on a 2-lane road in Kentucky. I'll never forget it. So I pull over, I go back there, and as soon as I got the truck, I could hear the air just pouring out. Because a truck holds air at about 100 pounds, you know, of air pressure. So you definitely hear 100 pounds of air pressure leaking. So I get back there, I see the spring had broke, it rusted out. Wasn't no putting that back together. And the airlines were dragging on the ground, and it, you know, rubbed a hole into it. So I'm like, dang, what I'm gonna do? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning on the 2-lane road in Kentucky. You know, ain't no service in certain parts of 2-lane roads and out in the middle of nowhere. So I bust out my tools, I duct taped the airline up, I zip tied it, and put a, what do you call it? It's almost like an adjustable wrench. Can't think of the name of it right now. But I threw that on there, I clamped it down, and I took off. It was holding air. I got to a near shop nearby. Was it Paducah, Kentucky, I believe it was. Got there, waited till in the morning when the shop opened, got a new airline, and replaced the airline myself. Why? Because I had tools. I wasn't finna sit around and wait. I was on a hot load of auto parts at the time, a dedicated account, and I needed to be down in Canton, Mississippi at Nissan to deliver that load. And I wasn't finna sit around to get an airline fix when I could have just simply took the old airline off, threw it in the trash, put a new airline on that trailer, kept it pushing. Bought a new spring perch and set it up exactly how I wanted, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. So if you're gonna be in this business, you have to be true to it, because the key to success in this business is being thorough, being honest, and, you know, doing business the right way. So you can make it in the trucking industry. You just have to look into it, investigate it, understand it, and most importantly, respect it and be thorough. So I just wanted to drop that on y'all real quick for any of those who might be considering it or haven't even considered it and was like, well, I don't drive trucks, I don't know nothing about it. You can learn. This isn't a real hard business to learn. Is it complex? Yes, very. Because you have to deal with the government, you have to deal with DOT officers that want to make a dime off of you, you have to deal with brokers that's trying to make their money, shippers and receivers that, you know, they trying to turn a profit, so they don't want to spend much in transportation expenses. It's a lot that goes into it, but you can learn it, you can do it. It's not impossible, and that's all I'm telling you. You have to start somewhere. You're gonna have L's, you're gonna take L's. Like, I've been doing this 16 years, I've taken L's. I take L's all the time. But I enjoy those L's because I learn from them, and it teaches me how to be a better truck driver, how to manage business in this industry. And I don't let people run over me because they know I know what I'm talking about. And that's one thing about trucking. If you know what you're talking about, people will respect you, and it's hard for them to get over it. So learn this business. It's something that'll never go away. No matter what, you know, things are going to be moved by a truck. Whether truck drivers exist 10, 20 years from now, they gonna put it on the truck and move it. Whether that truck is all automated, electric, it don't matter. It's gonna get put on the truck. So it's cold as hell. I'm finna go back inside. I'm outside right now because I want to do this video. I'm getting an oil change. And yeah, if y'all need help or assistance, hit me up, man. I try to help y'all the best I can. I'm not a guru, like I always tell y'all. You know, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just putting ideas out there for you to consider. Again, you can make money in this business sitting at home. I mean, there's people who are brokers that, you know, let's say for each load that you got, you get a shipper and they give you, you know, a couple of loads. And let's say every day you move some freight for 2 shippers and you make, you know, $200 per load. Let's say you got 5 loads, $200 per load, 5 loads. $200 times 5 is what? And you make that every day. It's possible. And you just sitting at home on the phone. So something to think about. And you know, that's something that you could get done by the time you wake up in the morning and start moving freight at 8 a.m. You could have all your loads moved by 12 o'clock in the afternoon. After that, you just tell your drivers, hey, text me, let me know you picked up, and have a good day. So look into it. That's all I'm saying. You know, don't take me at my word. Do your own research. Figure out what works best for you. All right.